So the next trick I'm going to show you is a lot like the multiply technique, where you duplicate the layer like this, bottom, and then you set the blending mode to something different, but this time instead of multiply, I'm going to set it to soft light. Now this does wonders for flat pictures like I have here. As you can see, if I like switch off the layer, you can just see what it does there. Looks pretty slick. But you'll also notice that it's kind of the same thing as doing a S curve. Let me just show you here. You know, it kind of gives the same, almost the same effect, right? But the difference between this, by duplicating the layer and then setting it to soft light, is that any changes that you make on this soft light layer will also be influenced by the soft light characteristics. For example, let's say I burn on it. It's going to look a lot different on a soft light layer than it is on just a normal layer. You know, and again, I'm just doing a hack job here. You know, just to show you something rough here. But anyway, if I switch that on and off, yeah, you'll see the difference of the soft light. If I go back and forth, you'll see what the burning did, and it just looks really cool, you know, especially if you go into the cracks and stuff, and you know, really emboss things and make them stand out. And I mean, it works the same with dodging as well. If you dodge on top of the soft light layer, you can get, you know, just nice effects on the skin and whatnot. As you can see, her skin appears to be glowing. And what I found is this technique seems to work best on people with darker skin, because kind of the pale Caucasian look, the skin tones don't kind of contrast as well, because there's more latitude in dark skin. And you can also do the same thing that we did with the multiply layer for a kind of nice colors. You can always play around with the hue and the saturation of the actual soft light layer and see the difference between if I take it down there. Looks a little better, looks a little bit more dreary if that's what you're going for. You know, I'm sure you could put it up as well, or you know, whatever you want to do. And here's another example that I can do with the soft light technique. So I'm going to duplicate the background layer here and set it to soft light. And then I can go to filter, other, high pass. Okay, and then from here on my scale, I can just, you know, play around with it, see what's going to look cool. About there looks good. Okay, now just to show you the extremes of things, I can duplicate this soft light layer a bunch of times just to show you how edgy you can get things looking, but it's kind of way too much for my taste, so I'm just going to tone it down a little bit, and you see how much of a difference that makes there. Now feel free to also play around on top of this layer. If you for example, if you do a curves adjustment, you can get some kind of, you know, some different results. If you do a big S curve, you can play around with it, you know, get kind of a more of an embossed penny look. And again, it kind of affected some places that I don't want it to, so I can get the eraser brush and just go over those parts and get rid of it. But no, it's pretty amazing what you can do with just kind of like one softbox combined with natural light. That's just one kind of big softbox from front, and what I did was metered on the natural light, so you see a lot of it influencing like his hand here and whatnot. But this light behind him here is actually the real sunlight popping out.